And Harri, I have to throw it to you first because you're responsible for making a lot of grown men cry on Saturday evening with your what are now infamous reactions at the end of matches, and it's almost like I can feel in the same in my family. We're like, Harry's about to finish. We need to get there. We need to get to the TV to see, but just describe that feeling that big serve has gone in. It's gone right in. I hope you called forehand body because that's where it went. It's gone right in at the right hip. And Jordan Thompson has hit the net. Henry, I'm sure you were a relieved man as well that didn't sneak over the net. But just explain how was that feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it is something that you dream of. I've gone through that moment in my life, in my mind many times before. Like, what would it feel to hit the last shot in a Wimbledon final or another final, a special shot? So it didn't feel like I was in a completely new situation. But of course, when it actually happens, that you see the ball, Jordan's forehand land in the net, you don't have time to think. The body, the mind, everything just reacts somehow, and you just try to stay with the body and stay with the mind and enjoy the moment. I don't remember what those first couple seconds, but I've seen pictures and it looks like it was quite immediate that I started crying and screaming and doing all kinds of stuff. But that just happens. I don't try to control it. I don't force the celebrations, but it's pretty cool. It's cool to see and to hear from so many people, friends, family, that, and even other people, that they really enjoyed both the match, but also what happened afterwards. And many people felt emotional, and I'm kind of proud of that. And like, I'm sure you have talked a lot about the future of doubles, but I'm not saying that I'm trying to say doubles by bringing some emotion there, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt.
I just want to say, having seen all of that emotion, I feel really let down because when we won Love for Our Future in 2018, there was nothing even remotely close to that. So you let me down there, Harri.
But the Love for Our singles final I won, and there were several people coming to say after the match that, wow, that was a big celebration after a singles final. So maybe I used it all in the singles final of Love for Our Futures.
Fair enough.
And before I bring the coolest man at Wimbledon in, and it's in Henry Patten, my first reaction was, oh my God, he's about to get naked. Because the reaction, the top was about to come off. And I was like, oh God, what's happening here? That certainly wasn't a conscious thought. But we know what you do when something exciting happens in your life. The clothes come off, huh?
Yeah, the hat always comes off, the racket falls, but maybe luckily I remember that I'm on the center court of Wimbledon. Maybe that's not the place to rip your shirt. So I'm happy I had, that only lasted for 1 second.
And Henry, I need to bring you in, and I say the coolest man in Wimbledon. It's obviously what we see on the external, and it's like it just looks, and I go back to actually what the commentator said at the time. He said this man was doing the IBM statistics a few years earlier, and there you now are on centre court, a British player. You've had a good career so far, but you haven't found yourself in that situation before. And the same when I watched you in the semis, the same when I watched you in the quarters, the same when I watched you on the mixed doubles court. It just looks like you were taking everything completely in your stride. What's actually going on, though, beneath that calm exterior that you're showing us?
I mean, I think everyone that knows me and has known me for a while knows that I'm, not the same as Harri, and I don't tend to get too emotional on court. I don't know. I mean, me and Harri were speaking about it, and I think it really began sort of in our quarter-final match against Arabella and Pavic. And yeah, I mean, obviously we were nervous in that final set tiebreaker as well, but I don't really know what happened. It's impossible to describe, but we kind of just got into a zone of, I mean, basically we were finishing every point and just kind of giving each other a wry smile. And I think fully appreciating the moment that we were in, whether it was on think that was on court 12 that day, court 1 against Neil and Mike. And then, I mean, the atmosphere on centre court was just phenomenal. To even be there was a dream. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't feel nerves. Obviously, me and Calv and Harri as well have worked incredibly hard to put ourselves into a position there. And anytime you do that, you know, you really, really care about it. And it was nice to let that go at the end. I think that probably shocked a lot of people. I got pretty pumped both in the third set tie break and also at the end. Just, I mean, literally fell to my knees. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just disposed that way. Maybe I'm more suited to being calm on court. But yeah, I don't know. It was all a blur.